What is going on, YouTube? The video today is going to talk about at one point, do you have too many video games? So we've talked about in the past collection addiction, and when people are buying way too many games and they're just like they don't know what to do anymore. It's became kind of like a drug to game hunt, to be able to do all this stuff and getting those dopamine spikes of having all these games. But at one point, is it a problem, do you think? And that's kind of what I want to discuss a little bit more into details today, because we talked about collection addiction in the past. And what is that? It is basically you're not even playing the games, and you don't even know why you're collecting in the first place. You're just starting to want to, it's filling a void, just buying all these video games, stocking up on them, having them in, all over the place. And whether it be to show off on your YouTube channel, to show off on TikTok, Instagram, or even just like to show off to your friends. But at one point, is there too many games in your collection? So I ran into this issue not too long ago, and I've talked about the big purge, which I got rid of like 200 games. And now everything that I really have in stock, what I really have at my house is games that I actually want to play now or want to play soon. And what really drove me to doing this was the fact that I wasn't even playing video games, guys. I was just buying them. And I found myself just becoming addicted to buying the games. And then it really became a problem when I ran out of room to store them. And that's going to be the first thing we're going to talk about today. At one point, do you know you have too many video games? If you cannot keep them organized or have them on a shelf or out on display, I almost think that that's a big indicator right there that you have too many video games. And what happened to me about this was, I have a pretty good big game room. As some of you have seen behind me is just one mere little corner of what I have. It's a big open basement room. And I was actually running out of shelf area. I was even at the point where I was starting to build walls on my shelves, getting rid of posters, and like these cool displays and stuff back here that I have on my walls of Zelda, the NES Zapper and stuff. I started actually taking some of that stuff down because I had to build shelves on the walls to even put my games and stuff up on. And what happened with that then was, whenever I bought anything new, I had nowhere to go with it. So I really started to have to look at what I had, and the biggest thing I had to do was get rid of a lot of stuff. And a big indicator, once again, of this was I started storing stuff away in totes. I started putting stuff in totes and boxes and putting them in a different room in the basement, one where I couldn't even see the games anymore, guys. And to me, that's a big indicator of what was it was too late for me. And even right now, after selling all that stuff, I still have a few totes of old systems that I need to clean up or repair because I was just hooked on buying the stuff. And there's still games and stuff in there that I haven't even tested out. So what I did was, the only thing that made sense was selling a bunch of stuff. So I sold a bunch of my stuff off. And then now behind me, what you can see is kind of like what made it, what's kept behind. A lot of times, a lot of the games back there are like Zelda, Mario, stuff that I love to play, RPGs, Xbox games, Baldur's Gate, stuff like that is what I kept. And that was really I smile about it now because at the time it really wasn't. I felt like for lack of a better word at this point, I felt like shit because there were so many games here. And even like I've talked about how they were sitting out everywhere, and my son would come down and mess with them, and then I get mad because I didn't like anybody touching my stuff, even though I never even planned on playing them. So I got rid of everything. I got this nice display and stuff back here. This is all kind of the cool stuff in my corner that I wanted to hold on to at one point that I didn't even have room to stick up. So that is one of the big indications of why you might have too much games in your collection in the first place, is you do not even have a proper area to put them. You're just storing them away in boxes and stuff. And even I know people that even have storage buildings, or they bought storage at a place, at a warehouse, to put their stuff. And I don't know why you would want to do that. Like, the whole reason of having video games is to play them, guys. And it took me a while to figure that out. But I think with this collection addiction in our heads, we're just thinking, you know, the next big haul, I'll stop. The next few games I get, I'll stop and actually focus on playing, and we don't. We just keep amassing more and more and more and more, and we don't even play the games. At 1.2, you might have too many games in your collection if you don't know even what to play anymore. If your backlog is 100 games and you have no idea what to play, that is an indication right there that you have too many. You should, for the most part, and this is all personal opinion, guys. Obviously, you can do what you want. If you don't like what I'm saying, then you don't have to follow, the guidelines. You don't have to follow the advice in this and what I'm talking about. But that was one of the huge problems with me, was like having a streaming service like Netflix and stuff, wanting to sit down to watch a movie, but wanting to sit down and play a game, but you don't know what to play because there's too many options. As right now, I'm playing Far Cry 5, which I've loved. I've always wanted to play Far Cry 5, but I've always had so many damn video games to pick from, I never knew what to pick. And when it came down to it, it's like, you don't want to play this game? I'd fire it up, play it for 20 minutes. I don't know if I want to play this. I'd play a different game. And so that's kind of an indication there, too, that you might have too many games if you don't even know what to play anymore. Or if you just play one game all the time. I have a buddy who plays a lot of Dead by Daylight, but yet his Steam digital game thing was so backed up with so much crap that he didn't even know what to play, so he just plays Dead by Daylight all the time. You might have too much games in your collection if you're spending too much money. Now, this doesn't kind of go too much hand in hand. But if you have too much games sitting around and you're buying more and more of them, you need to set a budget up, guys. You need to really step back and look at what's going on. And we can kind of move on to what I was going to do a different video at, but we'll put it at this one. And that's when to hold on and when to let go of retro games. When you're going to play them, play them. And if you're buying fillers, guys, stop. Just stop. I know it's tempting and stuff to have so many games sitting behind you and everything like that. Like I said, dealing with the collection addiction in the past, dealing with all those games behind you or beside you, it feels good to have them, but they're just fillers, guys. Are you really going to play Greg Hastings paintball or something? I think that's who it was. Or Hastings paintball? Probably not. Unless you have some kind of nostalgic pull to it. And that's why I say a lot of times, if you're going to hold on to retro games, find something that relates, that makes you connected with the video game. Not just to have it. I was able to sell so many damn fillers because I had invested in a RetroPie, and I have, these mini consoles and stuff like that are loaded with the games. There was no need for me to have a copy of Batman on the NES because I had it on 2 or 3 different things. Now, am I saying that you guys should do emulation and stuff like that? No. But if you're going to have, filler games or games that you're not even going to play, get rid of them, guys. If you have no reason to hold on to them, there's no reason to keep them anymore. And that's kind of what's going on with a lot of times when your collection starts to get too many games at one point. You need to just back off from buying and back off from keeping on to stuff that you don't need. I just remember having like statues and lunch boxes and other stuff that I wanted to display, but I couldn't because I had no room for them. And you need to just hold on to stuff that you want to play. And I can't emphasize that enough. And I know this video is kind of going in 2 separate directions, but I like to keep them around 10 minutes. And so I'm kind of merging stuff here. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you love Pilot Wings, you loved it when you were a kid. I know these games are random. I don't know why they're popping up in my head. But if you loved Pilot Wings as a kid, and you plan on playing it again, and you have your Super Nintendo and stuff like that, don't sell it. I mean, that's something that if you want to keep playing, you hold on to. If you're nostalgic for it, if you hold that game up and you look at it and it takes you back to a time when you were a kid, and it makes you feel good, then hold on to it, guys. But everybody's collection is different, and we adapt over time. And I don't want to pigeonhole you guys into thinking that you guys need to do what I did. You have to do what I did, otherwise it's not gonna work out for you. And so I don't want you guys to think about that. But if you are struggling with having too many games and stuff like that, and you don't know what to do, we can talk about that over Instagram and DMing, or just comment below that you think you have a problem, And just by talking about having a problem too will help the healing process, or jumpstart, hopefully fixing what you think is wrong. But I don't want you guys to think that you have to do everything that I do. I'm just telling you through my own experience, and if that helps you, then so be it. But I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please comment in the comments below if you think you have too many video games. I know a lot of people have commented in my past addiction videos talking about how they're like, I have 300 to 500 games. I don't even play them, and I don't know why I have them anymore. And if that's the case, comment below and let me know that. I love reading your guys' comments, and I really try to focus on commenting and replying to each comment with a thoughtful reply instead of an automated one that YouTube provides. So make sure you guys comment below, good or bad. I will comment on them all. I know some people sometimes try to be a smart ass, asking stuff like, this guy commented on a video the other day, are you drunk in this video or something? And it's like, no, I've been sober 10 years, guys. Sometimes I just get up here and just have no script. I have no, idea sometimes what I'm going to say. I just come out here and I just talk raw, I just talk honest, and I tell you what I'm feeling. So comment below if you guys think you got too many video games, and give me a general idea how much video games you have, just so we can have some fun with it. So, but as always, guys, if you do have a problem, make sure you reach out and get help. Even if you don't think you're 100% sure you have a problem, just talk to people about it. I mean, talking has never really hurt anybody. It's holding the stuff in that has. So, you guys are doing awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, comment below. And as always, stay retro, my friends. I'll see you in the next video.